You have talked about it, but Canelo Triple G, the second one. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought Canelo won. Clean effective punches. He did more damage.
It was clear. You felt like
I felt like he won. I wouldn't say super clear, but I felt like he won the fight. He landed the bigger punches. And he did more damage. And he backed Triple G up. I know, but I never seen Triple G fight backwards. Triple G threw more, but I don't think he landed the more effective punches. He had a rally at the end, like the 8th or 9th round. He rallied or something like that. I really believe Canelo won the fight.
Dude, were you surprised by the style that Canelo fought? Because like you said, no one's done that to Triple G before. Were you surprised that that was the game plan kind of going in?
I know, I think he just went out the first fight and he see what he needed to do, and he was younger, he was stronger, and he just imposed his will. He wanted it. And then did his thing.
Do you want to see a third fight between those two?
I don't want to see it. Some guys took a lot of punishment. You guys might not know that. But those two fights were a lot mentally and physically. It was mentally and physically a lot. The build-up going into both fights, the cuts, the face. You know, you want to see good fights, but you don't want to see nobody get damaged. So I think like they can be damaged off those fights.
Is it? I mean, well, I don't know what your opinion was of the first fight. I know a lot of people did think Triple G
won the first one, but I thought Canelo won the second one.
So is there no kind of like let's settle the score, let's kind of have the trilogy and who's the best type of thing?
I think it's just gonna be one of them type of fights where it's gonna be an entertaining fight again. It's gonna be close again, and people gonna want to see a fourth fight. So it's just one of them styles where one of them type of fights where they're equally matched, and it just depends who shows up that night.
With the middleweights, I mean, you said it was a very violent fight. I completely agree with you. Both of them were. The build-up as well, I believe, adds a lot of stress to all that. But I feel like the middleweights, it doesn't get any easiar. The Charlo brothers are there.
I mean, there's a lot of big fights. There's a lot of big fights to be made. A lot of people talk about Triple G and Canelo because as far as celebrity and star quality, they bring the most money. Like a Triple G and a Charlo fight, it might not do the numbers that a Canelo fight might do. So that's why the promoters want the Canelo Triple G fight. So they look at it as like more of a risk for Triple G than the board.
How far away is Jamal and Jermell? Are those guys from being kind of like you can't avoid saying their names? You know what I mean? Where there are those stars like that.
They're right there. They're right there. I just feel like there's the Danny Jacobs, the Charlo brothers. There's Billy Joe Saunders, there's Demetrius Andre. He might be probably the best. To me, he might be one of the best middleweight.
Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah, I think Demetrius Andre is probably the most talented and most raw middleweight in the division.
If it was up to Danny Garcia, Canelo fights one of middleweights next, Triple G fights somebody else. Who does Canelo fight? Who does Triple G fight? If not, obviously not each other.
I would like to see Triple G fight somebody like next. Well, he's fighting already, right?
Triple G? I don't
know.
No, Canelo is.
Canelo's fighting
Rocky Field.
Rocky somebody. Who's it?
Rocky Field.
Rocky.
He's 106.
Rocky Balboa, yeah.
The English version. Well, the Triple G, I guess. Then who, if you can choose his next opponent, who would that be?
I would like to see Triple G fight somebody like David Lemieux, somebody like that. But he already beat him, so that would be a big match. But I don't know. I don't see him going in there with his Danny Jacobs or Danny Jacobs again or Charlo right after Canelo fight. So they'll probably find somebody that he can just probably go in there and knock out. But yeah, I mean, the middleweight division is a great division right now. It's like the welterweight division.
I was just going to say, it's great like the welterweight division. Someone trying to kind of invade the welterweight division.
I think I'm going up to 154 to make some.
How soon do
you look like you can fill out pretty good right there. Mikey Garcia is talking about invading the welterweight division, at least for one fight against Spence. What are your thoughts on that? Is that definitely biting off too much so you could chew?
Mikey can fight. He can fight. I just feel like probably like how everybody else feels. He's too small.
Do you feel that?
I just feel like he's a star and he doesn't need to take that risk.
Does Spence? I don't know, like this. Like I feel it's an entertainment.
When you move up 2 weight classes, I know people say it's jewelry and they want to see good fights, but it's the difference between a good fight and taking a risk that can really hurt you. There's a big difference. Like you want to see a good fight, but you want to see an evenly matched fight in the same weight classes. Because Spence could easily be a 154-pound fighter, easily. He's probably the biggest welterweight. Physically.
Spence.
Yeah, Spence. No, I wish both of them all the luck, and I hope it's a great fight, and I hope it's an evenly skilled fight, and no, you know.
Just one last one for
Okay.
me. If Mikey does stay where he is
I would like
now,
to see Mikey fight Lomachenko.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
That would have been great.
how does that fight play out? Do you think?
That's a great fight. I think it's a great fight. That's a great fight. I like Mikey in that fight. I like Mikey in that fight.
Any particular reason? Footwork, power.
I just think Mikey's stronger than him. He's accurate. Lomachenko's accurate too, but he showed flaws in he got knocked down the last fight when he fought a bigger guy. So I think that would be a good fight. I'll lean towards Mikey in that fight.
Bob Arum said Al Haymon is not real. Is Al Haymon real?
Right. He is real. Yeah. Listen, man. When you're too good, you're not real, man. You just,
Kaiser Sose, right?
Exactly. When you're too good, it's hard to believe. So, you know.
What made me ask that question is because he says
Charlie's Angels.
because he says you guys aren't A-level fighters. The only fight he will want is Earl Spence. He said Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia aren't A-level fighters. He just basically wants.
Well, he's saying that because he wants his fighter to be the best fighter. But how could your fighter be an A-level if he didn't fight no A-level fighters? The only way he can be an A-level fighter is if you fight another A-level fighter, right?
So Terrence Crawford isn't fighting anyone.
Terrence Crawford is what?
Hasn't fought anyone at 47. What do you say?
No, not at 147. No. I mean, he never fought an A-level fighter to me. I'm not trying to downplay. He's a three-division champion. Can't take that away, but you need at least one good win. So, it's not his fault though either, because it's like timing. There was nobody at 140, 135. I don't think there was nobody at 135. 147. 147, the WBO is the top rank belt though. They must have just put top rank on WBO belt. They can make anybody a champion with that belt. They got every WBO belt. That's the top rank belt. The WBO is the top rank belt. You must be paying double sanctioning fees. Double sanctioning fees.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
I just didn't know. I didn't want to jump in.
Okay.
Danny, photo for the
How did you have the score with you and Sean? Yeah.
I had it 75 for me.
7-5, yeah. Did you feel it slipping away from you at any point, or did you think the 11th and the 12th was like?
I feel like I won the 11th and 12th. Like I think good combinations. I landed big left hooks. Even the referee was like, you seen the referee's face? Willis, he's like, oh. He's like, oh shit.
I saw your highlight reel.
Then he landed some nails.
Yeah, I saw your highlight reel you put up on Instagram, and
You can't find no highlights of him whooping me. You can't find no highlights of him whooping me.
how much longer do you have at 47? Do you think?
I could be here for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I could be here for a little bit. I could go up too.
If you had my last question before you hang out, my last question. If you could do a tournament at 147, match everybody up to get to the unification bout.
I would just put everybody's name in the hat. Whoever come out. That's you gotta fight. Yeah, that's how they do it at national tournaments and all that stuff.
Do a battle royal.
Battle Royal, like a Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
It's gotta be double elimination though.
Double elimination.
So this is gonna be like a 2 or 3 year tournament.
That'd be a little wild.
Yeah, that's the only way you can prove who's the best. Double elimination.
Want to help bring their car out of the parking lot?
Put that on.